There he is! Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hunter Call of the Wild. So in a few weeks, Call of the Wild is going to introduce a bow hunter's greatest dream, and that is the tree stand. And even if you don't hunt from tree stands, or if you don't bow hunt, you're probably going to be more interested in wanting to hunt in these tree stands soon, especially after you hear all the important things that are going to be coming with these tree stands. Now, I just got done watching the EW stream with Graham and Phil a little while ago, and I got a bunch of really good information that I thought you guys would want to know. Well, especially I was very intrigued by this information. So anyways, I found 7 really cool reasons of why you're probably going to be excited about the tree stands. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you in the exact order of how I think. I'm actually going to save the best for last, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. But anyways, first off, it's going to be released on all platforms on June 3rd, and the price is going to be $399. Now, the really cool part about this is we're actually going to be able to get 32 tree stands, or I think it's or tripods. There's going to be tree stands introduced and tripods introduced. There's going to be 3 different color variations of these tree stands and tripods. I don't know for sure if it's going to be 32 of each. Like say, can you put 32 tree stands and 32 tripod stands? I kind of find that hard to believe, but either way, 32 of any stand in particular on a map is a pretty good amount of tree stands. Now, the tree stands actually are going to give you reduced visibility, which is going to be very cool, and if there's something underneath you or close by, it's not going to be able to see you or sense you as good as if you were on the ground. Okay, so here's some information that has nothing to do with tree stands, but it's actually going to be very important for hunting in tree stands, and that is, there's a confusion about well, basically in Classic, the Hunter Classic, you fast travel from a tent to another tent, and you actually spook the animals that are within a 300 meter radius. Well, in Call of the Wild, you'll be able to fast travel from tent to tent, and there is no spooking. So you'll be able to go from one tent to another and just pop up in the stand really quick, cover a need zone, and I mean, there's a really good chance you're going to find a giant right there. So you don't have to worry about spooking them or anything like that. You can just sneak over, get in a stand, and you're good. So for the location of these tree stands, the cool part about this is you can actually put the tree stand in 3 different kinds of trees. So you can't put the tree stand in any kind of tree, but there are 3 different types of trees that you'll be able to put them in. Alright, so here's some more information. When you put up a tree stand, you can actually elevate it or lower it. So you can choose between putting it at like 10 feet above the ground or 15 to 20 feet above the ground. You can actually choose a custom position for that tree stand. In the Hunter Classic, you can only put it in one spot. Either, well, sometimes you can put it actually really high, but you can't see anything because some of the trees in the Hunter Classic are so high that it doesn't even, there's no point in it. But in Call of the Wild, you can actually move it, I would say roughly about 5 feet. So you can move it from maybe 10 feet all the way up to 15 feet above. So say if you move it 10 feet and there's a branch right there, well, you can move it maybe 12 feet and you're right on top of the branch. You'll be able to see over the top of it and out into the viewing distance. So another thing that's really cool is when you're in the tree stand, you can actually move around a little bit. I don't think you can even do this in the Hunter Classic. If I'm not mistaken, you can spin around, but you can't actually walk around. Even in the double tree stands in the Hunter Classic, you can switch from side to side, but I don't believe you can move around. So in Call of the Wild, you can actually move around maybe like a foot or 2. Either way, it's still a little bit of positioning that you can walk around, and you can crouch in the tree stand and stand. You cannot go prone though. So, I mean, I don't know why you go prone in a tree stand anyways, but yeah. So you can either stand or crouch, and you can move around a little bit. And here's the number one thing why tree stands are going to be absolutely amazing. So everybody was worried that the hunting pressure was going to make these tree stands pretty much useless. But guess what? Now, the hunting pressure is only going to be 25% when you're in a tree stand or a tripod. So you're actually going to reduce your hunting pressure while being in a tree stand. So 25%, the way I figured it was 25% before you could shoot up to 3 deer before removing a need zone or 3 animals. Now with this new hunting pressure from a tree stand, I would say you could shoot up to 12 animals before removing a need zone. So I would stick with 10 just to be safe. But yeah, to be able to take up to 10 animals from a tree stand without having to worry about your need zone disappearing, I think that's pretty awesome. So if you want to know how I figured out what the number of animals are going to be per removing the need zone from a tree stand, the way I figured it out was, well, the hunting pressure is going to be reduced by 25%. So if you take 25% times 4, that would equal 1 animal. And if you take that plus 2 more, that would equal 3. So that would actually, in total, equal 12 animals per removing a need zone. And so yeah, that's pretty much all the information that I wanted to give you about the tree stands, and I thought you'd be pretty excited. Oh, the last thing that might not affect you is the tree stands are actually coming out the day before my birthday, which is pretty cool in my opinion, especially the fact that I've been wanting tree stands since Call of the Wild first came out, and especially the fact that I am a very big bow hunter in real life. Anyways, now I want to show you something really cool that happened the other day while we were out here in Africa hunting for Cape Buffalo. So you might not believe this, but I just found another albino Cape Buffalo, and it's a big male. Oh boy. There he is! Oh, just too high. Yes, we are on the wrong track. Flesh it. Man. Good thing is, I think it should bring him down. More blood. Oh, 50%. Yeah, this thing's gonna go down. This thing is gonna go down. Should be blood here. Alright, he's down. Totally messed up the shot, but we already have a big old albino Cape Buffalo down with a bow already, so yeah, he might have been a little bit bigger than the last one, but either way, our second albino Cape Buffalo. I mean, just wow. You can see it's starting to get dark out now. Let's actually turn the light on a little bit here so we can see. There we go. Take one more. And let's pick him up. He wouldn't have been big enough to be a gold anyways. And it's not an albino. It is a leucistic. Holy, we just took down a leucistic Cape Buffalo. An albino one day, the next day we got a leucistic Cape Buffalo. Yeah, he wasn't quite big enough. They need to be like 128 for a trophy rating or bigger. So he would have been a silver either way. That is so awesome. Let's get him mounted. Looks like we made an 18-yard right to the spinal cord shot. We were about 2 inches too high there. Well, technically about a half an inch too high from the spinal cord. But I was trying to hit double lung or whatever I could get because he was coming through so fast. We didn't really have much time. But man, we just took down a leucistic Cape Buffalo. Alright, that is so awesome. I thought he was albino, but now that I look at him, you can see he doesn't have a pink nose or pink feet. So that is yet another rare and another male, but just not quite big enough to be a gold. That worked out perfect, actually. Even though we didn't get a consecutive check, we didn't need one because he wasn't big enough to be a gold. Let's get him mounted and bring him back to our trophy lodge and take a look at our rare Cape Buffalo, our second rare Cape Buffalo with the bow. Alright guys, here we're back at the trophy lodge, and first off I wanted to stop by here and take a look at our massive Cape Buffalo that we got from before. He is just an absolute beast of a Cape Buffalo. Man, he looks so good here. Alright, now let's go head over and take a look at our rare leucistic Cape Buffalo. This is actually our second rare Cape Buffalo. That is our albino right here. This is our big gold albino. And right over here is our leucistic. So there is our albino. That's actually a gold. This guy wasn't quite big enough to be a gold. So even though I was kind of worried we didn't get a quick kill on him, it didn't matter because even if we had 100%, he would have only been a silver anyways. But look at the color difference in these two. You can see this guy doesn't have the pink on his nose, and this one has a very bright pink nose. I think this one also has, oh no, I thought it had pink feet, but yeah, this one kind of has like a gray nose, and I mean the fur is a little bit darker than the albino, but not much, not much. So yeah, we put him here, and actually what we did was we put him on this little round thing here. Now this round platform here is not made for this buffalo, but I decided to put him here anyways because I think he looks really good. And Oh, here's our other diamond Cape Buffalo that we have right here. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So, the other day when we hunted this Cape Buffalo here, I tracked him for a pretty good amount of time. Ended up having to change the time, go back to the same need zone that he was at. Tracked him down again, and apparently it wasn't him. I don't know how I didn't know, but if you look in the video from yesterday, if you go at like 7 minutes into the video, you could see just an absolute massive Cape Buffalo, which looks like the one in the front of our lodge is actually the one that took us down. I thought it was the same one, but now that I look at it and now that I look back, this guy is a lot smaller than the one that took us down. The one that took us down was massive. I'm not saying he's any bigger than the one that we have in the front that scored 979, which is massive, and I'm so happy with him. So if I didn't have that one in the front, I would be very disappointed and let down that we didn't get that giant. But because we already do have the one in the front, I just appreciate this diamond here just as much as if we had the other big one. But yeah, anyways, I think that's going to be a good way to end this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I should probably show you the rest of the leucistic buffalo here, because this is kind of the topic of this video. So yeah, here he is, our leucistic Cape Buffalo. 2 rare buffalo in 2 days, and 2 diamond Cape Buffalo in 2 days. But the most important part is these 2 Cape Buffalo, actually these 4 Cape Buffalo, these 4 really cool Cape Buffalo, took over 7 months to get. A lot of people are saying, oh, how'd you get all these diamond Cape Buffalo all of a sudden? It's not all of a sudden. I've been trying to get a diamond Cape Buffalo for over 7 months. Ever since they first came out, I mean, I would hunt so hard to try and find, you know, different need zones, try and take out all the big mythicals in hopes that maybe a diamond would come back. I never found one. And now, in 2 days, I have 2 rare Cape Buffalo and 2 diamond Cape Buffalo. And one of them is an absolute massive Cape Buffalo. So let's go over here again and take a look at this guy. Now that I look at it, I would say this Cape Buffalo here is very similar to the same one that took us down. They do have the exact same horn size to them. This is the big rack, or not the rack, but the big horn. Somebody said 975 plus has the big horn, and so I think that that's the same size as this one here. And yeah, 7 months it took to get these Cape Buffalo, guys. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.